Kanye Wade, as y'all all know. I spoke to you before. This morning, I'm going to talk to you about a gentleman that was one of the pioneers in the music industry, and you really wouldn't know that until I tell you some of the things I'm going to tell you about his life, some of the things he did with his music, some of the different genres he crossed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the one and only Mr. Ray Charles. Now, whether you know it or not only was his music, everybody knows him from rhythm and blues and soul and stuff like that, but however, he did a lot of country music, he had some rock and roll, he did gospel music, he did every genre. He's the only artist to date that I've known that did every genre of music, and he has not necessarily a hit or #1 record, but he was high on the charts in every genre. According to Billboard magazine, even Billy Joel said that he was better than Elvis. That was a quote from Billy Joel in Rock and Roll, Rolling Stone magazine. Okay, he was born Ray Charles Robinson, actually, on September 23rd, 1930, in Albany, Georgia. Throughout his life, he was plagued by a lot of bad things happened to him early on in his life. For example, when his brother was 4 years old, he drowned in a washtub of water at a friend's house, and Ray witnessed that. And I said witnessed that, yeah, he actually seen it. And a lot of you probably think, well, he was blind, how could he witness that? He didn't actually start going blind until he was 5 years old. So he was born with good sight, he seen, but due to glaucoma, at the age of 7, he went blind. But don't feel bad for him. Oh no, don't feel bad for him, because through all that adversity, he prevailed. His mother was like the type of woman that she was like, look, I don't want you to feel sorry for yourself. I don't want you to pity yourself. You gotta make it, you can't count on anyone else in this world but yourself. So she just made him do everything by herself, and she taught him, you know, how to be self-sufficient and independent. So at that age, at the age of 7, like I said, he became blind. So he went on to Florida, went to the School for the Blind and the Deaf in Florida, where he learned to play the piano. But they only taught him classical music. So most people think, when you think of Ray Charles, you think of, oh yeah, I know him, he plays the piano, the guy with the glasses. Well, yeah, he played the piano, but also later on in his career, he composed music, he directed music, and you know, he had choirs, he was the leader of the band. Also, he played other instruments such as the saxophone, he played piano, organ, saxophone, drums, and the trombone. So even though as a blind guy, he did a lot of things. And one thing I'm gonna tell you that you probably won't believe, even when he was young, as a blind person, he was semi-blind, or so he learned to ride a motorcycle, believe it or not. They said he would use the sounds from his friends in front of him, riding in front of him, and he could follow. According to Wikipedia in his biography. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they put in the magazine. Okay, we're getting back to his life story. Like I said, when he was 7, he was blind. He went to school for the deaf and blind in Florida, and he started playing music to support himself. But when he first started making music, he was only making $4 a night. Wasn't very much, but still, don't feel sorry for him. It gets better. It gets better. At the age of when he was 10, his father died. So that left him heartbroken and everything, but he still, like I say, his mother kept telling him to prevail, don't give up, you can do this. So, but at the age of 15, his mother passed. And at that time, he stopped going to school. He just started playing gigs on his own, making $4 a night, like I said. But that wasn't really getting him anywhere. So at that time, he moved from Florida to Washington State, where he met a young man by the name of, some of you might know who I'm about to say, founder of Motown. Anybody know who that is? Who?
James Brown? Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones, exactly. Quincy Jones was 14 at the time. But they got together and they started making a few songs, making a few albums and everything, but they didn't really do too well. But eventually, he went on and then signed with Warner. Let me correct myself, I'm sorry. He signed with ABC Records. That's when he made his first hit, which was first #1, and he got a Grammy Award for it, which was, everybody probably know, Georgia on My Mind. Okay, it was a hit, #1 hit from him. He got an Academy Award for it, and his next follow-up to that, he also got an award for, which was Hit the Road Jack. Going on, and as he grew older, later on in his life, he became very successful. You know, he produced music, he wrote for other people, and he stopped actually writing for himself, and he didn't even write Georgia on My Mind. But the state of Georgia actually took that as their national anthem in 1977 and made it their national anthem. He went on, he had 12 children, 21 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren. He was only married twice though, but he was a womanizer, according to Rolling Stone magazine, again, and Wikipedia. And if you have a chance, if you really want to know a little bit about him, I would suggest you get the movie Ray, with starring Jamie Foxx's Ray Charles. It's a very, very good movie. If you get the chance to watch it, sit down and watch it if you like music. He died in Beverly Hills, California. Like I say, but one thing about him, people were saying that he was a bad father and he was a womanizer. But according to Jet, in 2004, the same year he died, he called all of his children to his house and he gave them all $1 million apiece, according to Jet magazine. So he tried to make up for it, I guess. Thank you.
Is Ray Charles dead for real?
He died like when the movie came out, like right when the movie came out.
Oh, I heard about that. You better count my money in one, I told you.
Yeah. And he used to take women by the arm and feel their arms and see how
I watched the
heavy they
movie,
were.
but I didn't know he had died.
All right, who wants to be next?